There we go. What's up, everybody? No sound. I had the microphone on mute. My bad. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Smash that notification bell, man. Man, that was fun, right? If you guys are not subscribed to Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club, man, do yourselves a favor, go over to Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club, subscribe, man. That Players Only, man, I was watching that Players Only show, and that was absolutely hilarious, man. Shout out to Jency Riley, man, hosting this thing, man. Jency. Shout out to K5, Kivrick Wiggins, man. Shout out to Jalen Hughes, number 27. Shout out to Evan Henry, number 71. Shout out to Debo, Devin Hayes, man, number 79. And shout out to KJ Arrington, number 52. And shout out, last but definitely not least, DJ Stevens, number 86. Man, those boys represented. And shout out to Coach O, man, for popping in that thing. He popped in that thing, man. And if you guys are listening to Coach O, you understand why I have this background up. Did Coach O break some news on Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club live? I think he said what we was already, all of us were thinking. And, man, them 1 o'clock games, boy, them names were brutal. Whew, you know, said Coach O said no more night game. No, that ain't what he said. He said no more 1 p.m. That's what he said. You know, whew, I think we all was happy to see that, boy. Man, we need them joints, man. We need them popping. But no, what a day! What a day! Great opportunity today. Great. I know, LaDon, I'm messing with you. Man, we had a phenomenal day. Very successful event. I think the coaches are absolutely recruiting their butts off. We got a chance to meet the new coaching staff. Minus only a handful. Maybe a few, a couple. A couple of them, but really awesome staff, man. Excited about what Coach TC Taylor is putting together at our, very own Jackson State University. And the staff, man, already has great camaraderie, great rapport. Excited about the team that they're getting a chance to coach and mold and help get to the next level, and ready to mold young men, you know what I'm saying, into, some studs on the field, man. And I think it was a great day. And the talent level that they had on the visit was it absolutely upgrades the room, So those interviews will be made public soon. I would say this weekend. So if you are not tuned to Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club, man, go ahead and over there and subscribe to that channel. And I'm telling you right now, you're going to enjoy the content, man. You're going to enjoy it's a different style of an interview this time around, man. And not dropping any names because the interviews will speak for itself. When you guys see those interviews, their names will obviously be on there. And talking to the coaches, explaining to them what our, vision and role is in this media space. And like I said, we're gonna stand behind the university, and when the university officially introduce the staff to our base, it's going to be fun. We're going to definitely try to line up those interviews one by one and go from there. So we're going to make that happen. And that's going to be fun, man. I think you guys are really going to, like the staff that Coach TC was able to put together. And I think we're going to win. I think he's going to win immediately. I think they got a lot to work with. They got a lot to build on. So forth and so on. So, yeah, man, definitely keep that optimism going. What a show, man. It's been a great couple of days, man. Happy to be home and looking, getting ready to head back. And it's been fun, man. This was a successful event. And big things coming from a JSU media department standpoint. We are right at the cusp of finalizing some things. And big things on the horizon for Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. You know, what happens is when you put things in place and when you just start doing the things you need to do, it'll answer a lot of questions that are out there. You know, shout out to you guys for rocking with us, man, and staying down with us and the patience. I think the university definitely appreciates, you know, the base having patience, because it's going to be built up brick by brick, and it's going to be built up the right way with the right stuff. And it's going to be affected by the yesterday's mistakes. And we're going to get it right. We're going to get it right. And I don't have anything bad to say, man. You know, I really many think I'm such an optimist, and trust me, still working on a list. There is a list coming together of some things that we can do. I'll just wait on that official list of things that are the things that are needed. Met with the O-line coach today. One of the things he mentioned was an offensive line shoot. You know, that's something that we definitely gonna look at. But I won't try to get started with raising any money for any of that until we have an official direction and a list. And we'll start with initiative 1, and then we'll check the box, and then we'll go forward. I shared that with the coaches, and they were definitely pumped up about that. The ability for us, you guys, through KC 1400 Media, man, we got some things coming down the pipe, you know, with this platform, and it's a vehicle that allows us to make things happen a lot faster than, you know. What is that, Ken? What is the question? I'm not understood. What is that? What do you? Oh, a shoot. Oh, yeah. Okay. A shoot is the, no, that's not, it's spelled CHUTE. It's offensive line shoot. Google it. And I don't mean that to be disrespectful. I want you to Google it so you can see it. It's kind of hard to explain. They use it for O-linemen to get low in position and kind of like, you know what I'm saying, fire off the ball, man. And it's I thought we had one. I don't know. But, you know, maybe we do. Maybe we don't. I know they're getting settled in. But we want them to get situated and settled. We don't have to rush this, because once they know what they need, we're going to make it happen. So I'm going to follow up with them, and we're going to definitely get after it. Yeah, Diamond, I realized what you were asking. Divine inspiration. We're going to have to pause on that. You have to be careful with that. You have to be careful with the direct payments like that right there. That's not something that you don't want to run into a violation, an NCAA violation with stuff like that. So we got to make sure whatever we do as far as the support, we need to get NILs in place for the players. If we want to, one of the things you guys was able to gather from the live, man, a lot of them are coming to YouTube with platforms. One of the things we can immediately do is, you know, if they have a platform, that immediately makes it a business. And if they have a business, you can support that business just like you're supporting this channel through monetary donations and stuff like that. So still have to be, because you got to keep in mind, like that also could be a conflict with the NCAA. Like you use one of the most prominent YouTubers, I think, is Destroying. And he was a kicker for University of Central Florida. And the NCAA basically told him, you got to pick and choose which side you're going to. I think he chose the right route, because the dude is making hand over fist money with. That's right, Coach. A shoot is it basically helps to teach the correct stance and attack position for offensive linemen. Just something I wanted to just throw out there just for the I think I want to say they had one, Big Daddy. I want to say they had one. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have to confirm that, but I won't. I would have to ask the old lineman if they had a shoot. But that's something that we definitely could. I think we had some. They're just very. Oh, okay. And here's the thing. Like, I don't know if we did or if we didn't. He said he didn't see it, so that could mean that it wasn't on the field. I don't know. I ain't gonna waste much time with worrying about what we didn't have, man. Coach Prime, man, they had what they needed, man. We're not gonna insinuate that. But yeah, man, Destroying is doing his thing. I had a chance. I actually took a pic with him. It's on my IG page. But my point is that name, image, likeness, and name, image, and likeness. He said, "Oh, okay, no, they didn't. So they didn't have one. All right, that Big Daddy, no. You know, what about the canopy? I mean, that's how you had to ask the previous O-line coach, and you know, I don't know. He's not here anymore. So we got a new, really good offensive line coach, in my opinion. I mean, you just whenever it's made public who that is, you go do your own research. Y'all know how we get down. Canopy indoor practice facility. That's coming, man. You're talking about that's the pavilion that goes above it, and that's I don't have an update on that. We just it's one thing at a time, but I don't have an update on that. But just know that there's a lot of things happening, man. I would say the 5-year window for Jackson State football, I think it's going to be night and day compared to what we see now. It's going to be night and day. I'm not freezing up on my end. You sure it's not your internet? I mean, is my signal is no, I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, it's a couple grand. I mean, they range in price, but I don't have a price yet because I don't want to put price out there right now because we're not raising money for it right now. Because what we want to do is we're going to be extremely intentional about what we get. We're going to be extremely intentional. What I mean by that is that we want to make sure we get exactly what they want. And then once we do that, it's a one-stop shop. We ain't have to okay, that's what you want. Okay, this is what it's gonna cost. Okay, this is what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And it's dope because we get to do that for the university in the form of a donation. And we can just go get it and get it done and boom shakalaka. We rocking and rolling. We on to the next thing. And then what we're gonna come back and do is we're gonna come back and we're gonna summarize that thing and really make sure that the media and I'm telling you, man, I'm so excited. I had a great call with, I had a media today, and I'm telling you right now, man, the vision is, it's unbelievable, man. I'm so pumped up, man. I'm so pumped up about what's to come. I know we like, oh man, what about this? What about this? What's happening? No, I'm coming to give you today a lot of reassurance that you guys are going to be extremely excited about what is going on at 1400 JL Lynch. You will be. And we're going to keep you up to date with just about everything that we possibly can. Monarch Sports has an affordable program for the judge machines. I was told we got a few of them. I don't know if I think it might be some malfunctioning with those machines. So let me sort through that. Let me sort through all of it. And again, I met our chief of staff today. There are some things that'll be very specific. And like I said, we're not going to waste time with it. We're going to be extremely specific. I was told JSU have different ways to do it. Absolutely, they do. Yeah, JSU does. But, what we do with this platform, one of the things that I try to make this platform primary, I cover Jackson State. Even though I'm not the official, I'm not an official spokesperson for Jackson State. This platform is not, even though, I utilize my relationships and connections to discuss. We talk all things Jack State on here. It's not a Jack State affiliate type situation like that. This is just a labor of love and a desire to do this. And my love for JSU is just like your love for JSU. But I like to make things happen and get it done. Don't want to waste time with certain things. So why not? If we bringing in revenue, I might as well take it and put it to some good use. And I get a lot out of that, seeing things get done at our university, and I'm sure you do as well. And it's also a great way to display the ability to partner as a collective to make things happen. And I think a lot of times we ask a lot of questions that we don't really know. We just throw money in the direction of donating sometimes, and we're still going to do that. This is not a replacement of that. This is on top of. That's what this is. This is, oh, by the way, do everything you're doing, but what Ken Clark 1400 and the family do is, oh, by the way, we're going to take care of that. Oh, by the way, we're going to get that done. You get what I'm saying? So that's really what it's going to come down to. My light is tripping. I don't know what's going on with this thing, but I ain't going to worry about it, though. Y'all got to forgive me if this thing get a little ugly. So, yeah, that's where we at with it. So yeah, great day today, great interviews. Can't wait till you guys get a chance to experience those interviews and consume them. Hopefully the closing rate, and it's recruiting season. So the coaches are still finalizing, trying to reel in some players that they absolutely want to be a part of, this inaugural TC Taylor program. And give me 1 second, y'all. Ooh. So light tripping over here, boy. Give me a sec. This thing hot. It might have done overheated a little bit. That's all. But it's all good. Hold on just a second. Let me. Shit. This thing here is cutting up. Turn the damn light off. That thing here ain't no joke. I'm learning all kind of new stuff with this thing. All right, enough of that. Anywho, it's probably acting up because I used it a lot today. So yeah, man, I got to figure that out. This is a good light, I thought. Then take this joker back, man. Go back to my old school ring light. But anywho, like I was saying, it was a good day. So last night, man, what a show last night. Got a chance to Zoe was on, man. Shout out to my brother Zoe, man. We spent a lot of time today. Man, it was a great day. And yesterday's show got a lot of feedback. I want to shout out some Professor, C. Lee sent me a photo. So we was talking last night about Harrison Wilson, right? And it was funny because, it was one of them situations where hold on just a second. I thought I uploaded the photo, but I guess it didn't come through. So he sent me a photo, man. And I thought this was so cool, man. I'm going to share this with y'all. And then I'm going to stop talking, and then I'm going to open this stream up. Like I said, this won't be a long stream. It's been a busy day. So what I'm going to do, though, man, I could have sworn I uploaded. There we go. So he sent me this photo, man. This is dope. So check this out, y'all. I want y'all to appreciate it. This is in continuation. So this photo is of Dr. Harrison Wilson and the JSU basketball team. Because remember, he was the AD / basketball coach, right? And the young lady that was this was Miss Mamie Ballard, after she was hit crossing J.R. Lynch Street by a white motorist in 1964. This photo connects the dots of, the great academic, athletic, and civil rights history of JSU. And look who is dead center that's sitting in front of the basketball. That's Rod Page, man. Y'all know who Dr. Rod Page is. This was so cool to me, because I thought it was I just thought it was such a great conjunction to what we discussed last night in this photo. I mean, I just thought this was amazing. Rod Page, man. And he was a football coach. He was our football coach at one point in time, but he played basketball for Jackson State. Y'all know we was in trouble. We was going through all the stuff we was going through, man. Former, Secretary of Education. This is something, man. But this is 1964, man. Ain't that something? Jackson State College, JSC. Y'all remember Walter Payton played with that JSC on his helmet. Versus Arkansas game ball to Jackson State College co-ed. Miss Mamie Ballard. Ballard was injured in an automobile mishap on February the 3rd. So we are coming up on, my goodness, man. The history of this is just, man, it's enough to make you, pause a little bit and just be like, man, I mean, we're talking almost 60 years ago. I'm 40 years old, y'all. And this happened 59 years ago. And there you see Dr. Harrison Wilson, who was our athletic director / basketball coach, the men's basketball team. They presented a signed basketball to Mamie Ballard, and right there, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if Dr. Page even saw it, if he even has this photo, but I just want to say that I appreciate you, C. Lee. I mean, you. I appreciate you so much, man, and thank you for sending, the photo. This is great stuff, man. So I just wanted to throw that nugget in there. I mean, it was great last night watching. Actually, just talking about everything last night. It was. I thought it was pretty dope. Somebody said, watching from Texas, divine inspiration. How you doing? So yeah. So what you have to do, if you're not tuned in, if you're not familiar with why I posted that photo, then you got to go back to last night's stream. The January 3rd stream, and then you'll see in conjunction with that. So if you're watching this now, you want to go to yesterday's live stream, and then you'll pick up the continuity of that photo. So, so yeah, man, that was dope. So that's what I have at the moment. I don't have any update when it comes to players or whatnot like that, as far as from a portal standpoint. I do want to reiterate, like I reiterated last night, and then I'm gonna open the stream up at the 30-minute mark. We have a basketball game on Saturday, man. We got to pack the AAC. Y'all. We got Alabama State coming in. Y'all know Coach Mo Williams was the head basketball coach for Alabama State last season, and you know that Coach Tamika Reed, that 3-time SWAC championship Tiger team. Alabama State was tough, man. They gave us everything they had and then some last year. So it's an important game. It's another recruiting weekend, big recruiting weekend. Just to lay out, man, the way that we recruit these student athletes and get them in and love on them and roll the red carpet out for them, to be a part of that, to see how they do it, is very impressive. So I just doff my hat off to the coaches and the coaching staff. Such a positive group and such a hungry group. And I think we're going to be excited about the product that we see all coming together. Got a few updates on a few players in the portal, some potential of a few players that a player or two that might return to Jackson State. But we'll wait until that happens because I've ever since some of these players have gone to the portal, you hear, oh, such and such coming back. And then 3-4 days go by, you never hear anything else of it. And next thing you know, they post something that tells you it don't look like they coming back. So I'd rather Grambling is beating Texas Southern right now. Okay. Care nothing about Grambling. Good, best of luck to them, but we talking about JSU over here. Jackson State play on Saturday. At 3 days from now, we're gonna play Alabama State. If you're not able to make the game, we'll definitely be putting up the links and how you can go and watch it. So we want to get all the eyes we can on that game. Are they moving the game because of no water? Nope. We're gonna be at the AAC. We're gonna be at the AAC. As far as I'm concerned, everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right. I don't know anything about Maximus Gibbs. I don't have an update for you. Water is back. Y'all heard that. Water is back. So that's the update on the water. Don't have an update on Maximus Gibbs. Don't know. Would love to. I hope so. Hope so. Got a chance to meet our new strength conditioning coach today. Excited about, that young man. Can't give any names out because not finalized, but we know we're going to have a strength and conditioning coach. So obviously that stuff will come down the pipe. Can't wait for the university to introduce every single coach that's part of this new staff so we could talk about it. And then we can schedule an interview for Tiger Talk. That's what I'm more excited about because that's an important piece of this whole thing. What time is the game Saturday? I mean, the games are always in the evenings for the most part. I would say 5 p.m. and then 7 p.m. But I'll come back on it. We'll talk more about it as it get closer to the time. I don't have the time in front of me, but my gut tells me 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. I want to say that. But if somebody in the chat can confirm that, let us know. Y'all go ahead and do that. That'll be great. Again, I'm going to pause real quick. 385 in the room. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this live stream. If you're new to the stream, hit the like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and stay because we do these daily shows and it's a fluid thing, but we cover all things Jackson State as an extension of Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. If you'd like to contribute monetarily to donate to this channel, don't really have the super chat for my YouTube channel. I don't know when YouTube is going to give me super chat back, but the best way to donate or contribute is via Cash App. That's Ken Clark 1400 or paypal.me/Ken Clark 1400. You see it's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and it is greatly, 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 greatly appreciated. So I'll pause there. I'm going to open the link up, and let's see what's on you guys' mind, man. Stream is open. Feel free to come on, express yourself. Let's talk Jackson State football, Jackson State basketball, Jackson State sports in general. What's on your mind? Any questions you got? Let's talk about that live stream that you guys just watched on Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. It was live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever form of social media, it was all up there. And obviously Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club YouTube. So what's going on, brother? How you doing? Speak to me.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm wonderful, man. How about yourself?
Look, man, no complaints, man. 11 o'clock. I need to get in the bed soon, man, because Mr. Charlie wants the work done first thing in the morning. Hey, well, look, real quick, I ain't gonna hold you long. I know you mentioned that you met the SNC coach this evening today. Okay. I know you can't reveal too much information, but what are your initial thoughts on, how he's going to, grow the team, get them into, maintain the tip top shape that we perceive that they were in this year. What is your kind of opinion on that?
So here's how that works. When you hire coaches, you hire based off of the profile that you have at that time. Okay. And it's like this. We are back-to-back SWAC champions. Our previous strength and conditioning coach was pretty freaking awesome. I think we all can agree on that Mo Sims did a phenomenal job for the 2022 season. I thought our team was in great condition and so forth and so on. So when you're talking about our slogan, build on the tradition and blaze new trails, we talking about continuing what we're doing. When you're interviewing, you are looking for someone that can take things from where they are and even elevate it. See, this is the thing. Some of us think we can't do better than what we had. And that's no disrespect to anybody that was here, but we absolutely trying to outdo what we did last year. So I think Coach TC he hit a home run, with it. And again, it's yet to be determined. Again, you got to be able to connect with the players and get the players to buy into what you're doing so that they could, you know what I'm saying? Like they could do what they're going to do. Now, like I said, everything ain't finalized. That's why we won't really get into that. But I'm excited, man. I think the young man or woman, I'm just put that out. I don't know the gender. And I don't have no names and nothing. But let's just say that the program that they come from is a reputable program. It's an FBS program, and I think we're gonna be happy with it. You know what I'm saying? Because one of the things about our fans, we use that Google button. Once you get a name, everybody and their mama gonna go Google them, and they're gonna start talking like they're experts. But in the end, what matters is that did the head coach get the guy that he wanted? And I'm telling you right now, he got a good one. And then the thing that I one of the things that person said today was they were excited, man. Okay. I couldn't pass up this opportunity. So I'm just like, you come from there and you excited to be here. You daggone right. And this opportunity lights you up to be able to build. So Jackson State's profile out in the streets is up. Yeah, like Jackson State ain't this ain't no charity case. Now, granted, I understand. I did talk to Coach Mo at the Celebration Bowl. He did give me some intel on how some of these FBS programs have 10 strength and conditioning coaches. They got coaches that covers multiple, one sport at a time. So when you at an HBCU and you limited resources, you might cover 6 sports, man.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, if you a hungry, young, up and coming, fiery professional that's looking to get to that next level, I mean, man, you come to Jack State, make 6 figures at, I don't know what the salary range is. I'm just throwing it out there. You can make, man, 6 figures in Mississippi is rock solid, man. That's high level. That's top tier money. So when you're talking about doing something you love to do, something you're certified to do, something you're professionally involved to do. So that's my answer in totality of how it looks. And I'll just say I think Coach TC Taylor not only hit a home run there, but this staff is phenomenal, man, in my opinion, from a football period standpoint.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. All right. Well, look, that's all I can
tell you that much. And I love Mo Sims. I'm a fan of that brother, man. And he's going to do great wherever he's at. If he followed our previous coach to the new destination, which I think he did, he's going to do great there, but it's next man up. We're gonna talk about the new one whenever it's official.
All right. Cool deal.
Yes, sir. LaDon.
Hi, Ken. Hi, LaDon.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Rochelle, Miss No Gray. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I was listening to you, and I'm still so excited because I think you're right. Like now it's the fire has been lit in such a different way. I don't think people really grasp what's going on. Like, I grab it. It's like, yeah, why not Jackson State? It's kind of that thing.
It's up, man. It's
Yeah,
up, man. The players know that too
yeah.
because this is we had some. Let's just say it this way. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, the players that we had a chance to meet today, all of them coming from FBS programs, and they real deal at what they do. So, and the excitement level that's in them about being able to potentially come to Jackson State, and they got options. It ain't just a situation where it ain't no charity case, man. We gotta love on these kids. We gotta wine and dine them, show them a good time. And I'm just gonna tell y'all, man, the coaches laid it out. They laid it out for these recruits, and it's impressive. If you get a chance to see the way our staff really puts on a show for these young men, from bringing them into the airport, putting them in the top of the line hotel. I mean, all-star, you know what I'm saying, transportation, you know what I'm saying, with the Sprinter services from point A to point B is streamlined, top tier restaurant. Man, it's a full-fledged event, and it helps to have new upgraded facilities. It helps to have this big old stadium that's in my background, because they get to see what it possibly looks like when you playing in front of 60,000 brown folk. You feel what I'm talking about? That's important, man, and especially coming from an FBS program, PWI program, where one of the young brothers said today, we understand our culture. Not everybody understands our culture, and put programs in place that's conducive for us. So there's value in having an HBCU. LaDon, what's on your mind, sweetheart?
The game is at 3 and 5 Saturday. 3 and 5.
Thank you. 3 p.m., 5 p.m. Get there to the AAC on Saturday versus Alabama State, and Monday versus Alabama A&M. But go ahead.
I cannot stress enough, because they've been on Twitter saying that most of the recruits will be at the game. So I can't stress enough how important it is for us to be at the game as well.
If you love football as much as you say you do,
right?
We recruiting. We got some recruits in the building that we need to put on for.
Yeah. So I've already hit my family group chat. So everybody come in, like we gonna be in there. Like, so if you are in Jackson or Madison, surrounding area, if you in Memphis, it ain't but 3 hours. Okay, y'all come on. It's Saturday, make a day trip out of it. The game early enough for you to go back.
You'll be back home by 11.
Right.
Yeah, it's a day trip, huh?
Yeah, quick day trip. Y'all come to the game and pack it out so we can, support Mo and Tamika anyway. So we need to do that anyway. But if y'all love football, how y'all say y'all love football, these recruits are here. Like, they've been to Salem Lucas tonight. They've been all over the city. So y'all just come out and support Saturday.
Ken, are you finished, LaDon? Oh, she finished. You know what I think is funny is that I'm really watching how the kids are encouraging the other ones to come. Like, I don't think we get that. It's like they want to definitely show that, come on to Jackson State. We want you.
Yeah.
Come back to you. I mean, so to see the young people doing that, to me, it's like the lineage will continue. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason I would say that is, Ken, I just thought about something, is how I think as we're looking at the young man from Jackson State who's tackling everybody, he was on the practice team and now he's got the most sacks ever. And is that with Detroit? The young man who's playing now from Jackson State?
James Houston.
Yeah. So like you always said, where you at, you will come. So I thought about it when for parents who may be listening, how they always say, well, does an HBCU negate you? Like, you're not worthy. And what I'm still seeing is that the subconscious mind of us is it's right unless it's a PWI. I don't think we even understand the subconscious effect that this has on us, that go to PWI, you're going to make it. My son, Stanford has a program, and they bring in young Black people, but they're talking about HBCUs, and it was the parents who were saying, "Well, if my child goes to an HBCU, will that stop? Will that dim his light as far as getting a scholarship?" Like they really believe these quality schools are not us, right? And so Stanford was like, "No, we partnership with." They were saying who all they partner with, and they was like, "If you know what you're doing, they will hire you regardless of where you are." So these young men that's telling everybody to come to Jackson, I'm like, these young men is saying, it was like, we're gonna make a difference, we're gonna show it all. Like they want to prove
every initiative, every movement has been led by the youth for the most part.
yes,
The ones that's gonna carry the torch for us. And they let me say it this way: these young folks not cowards.
come on.
They're not scared to go out and say, "Hey, look, man, like Aubrey Miller, man, you know." And we need to do a full-fledged campaign, man. We're gonna try to get as much of that out of Aubrey as we can when we cover him, especially going into the Senior Bowl. That's monumental for Jackson State University. So, but I'll pause there. Is that Cadell?
That is Cadell.
Cadell, what's good, brother?
What's going on, Ken? Powell Middle School. Stand up.
Oh my goodness, man. That's 7th grade, man. Power Middle School, man. What's good?
Hey,
Yes,
I'm ready
indeed.
for them, man.
Huh?
I just got a couple of questions though before I get off. I'm driving right now. I'm still in Jackson.
Okay.
The new strength conditioning coach. Now, is he certified CSCS or NCSA?
I'm gonna say it this way: if he wasn't, he wouldn't be here at Jackson State.
I'm just making sure because that makes a big deal because people don't realize that certification. You need both of them certifications, two different certifications. You need a test to take to be official. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Mo had it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sad he left. You know, I think he was good, but It sounds like it's legit then.
Oh, it wouldn't be. Nah, we ain't doing nothing that ain't legit. Like in high level, man. This is like the thing is. This is. Let me say it this way, and this is not in regards to you, but this is something that you see quite often. One of the things about our previous coach is we got spoiled, man, and we started assuming that everything was just going to be, everything that was done, every decision that was made was going to be the right decision. We roll with it. We follow. And now we see that in actuality, what was happening was not what we thought was happening. You know, what was happening is that he was really building his staff for his next move. And it's okay because, you know, we're not going to go down that road. But here's what I'll say about that. We carried a lot of coaches on that staff last year. We had a lot of coaches. And it makes sense now because we was like, man, we got a lot of staff. You know what I mean? And in comparison, I'll give you a scenario. And I don't, you know, I'm not poo-pooing on anybody, but let's just use Valley as an example. Me and Zoe talked about this today. Valley hired their assistant coach for the football program is also the DB coach and the special teams coordinator. That's my point. Like in a normal HBCU world, like you really in a situation where you just, and it's resources strapped. It's not anything about Valley. It's just the fact that, you know, so Jackson State, fortunately, is not in that situation at this moment. And we get the max of what we can get. But I'm saying all this to say there is nothing that any of us should think that because Coach Prime walked out the door and so did Mo Sims, that somehow we gonna go hire a strength and conditioning coach that ain't got everything he need to be that guy. Because keep in mind, this is not about maintaining anything. This is about elevating. We did not beat an FBS school under our previous coach. We did not win a Celebration Bowl under our previous coach. In order to win a Celebration Bowl, you got to be tough and rough in them trenches. You got to have some strength and conditioning to sustain you deep into the playoffs, which not deep into the playoffs, but deep into postseason, because you got to win the championship and you got to prepare 2 weeks later and play another game. And I know that the university that this young man comes from has one of the best programs in America in that department. I'll just leave it at that. And I know that just, that's just my take on that. So all I'm saying is that from my vantage point, from what I'm seeing, I don't have my blue and white glasses on. I'm trying to think about it critically, because I'm thinking about it from let me tell y'all how I look at everything. So y'all don't get it. So y'all will know. I look at everything that we're doing from the vantage point of the most critical, uninformed Jackson State fan. I'm not BSing, Cadell. I'm not even BSing. When I say y'all know how we do, man. Y'all know how we get down. We get on Twitter, we get in these Facebook chats, and we get to running off at the mouth, and we tell on ourselves that we don't know what we be talking about. We done already. I saw a comment today. Somebody was like, man, this kid that's on this visit, man, he ain't that good. We got ourselves we got that position sold up. I was like, how? In what world? We talking, especially we use it for quarterback to be example.
Oh
man, the quarterback that was starting is in somewhere else now. So that position is open. You got to earn that. What you mean? Well, we good in that area. According to what? According to Facebook? Who told? Like what King Joffrey Joseph say? Who told you that?
Hey,
what else?
Kid.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the real thing in college football, man. Because you don't know what you don't know. You got to recruit a quarterback every year. Every year.
We gonna recruit 4 of them.
You need to, because it's unproven, right?
Man, you better listen. You know this, bro. If you win based off your quarterback play in the SWAC, you go as your quarterback go.
Unless you Tampa Bay in 1999.
I'm just trying to tell you, man. Listen,
Damn.
the team that won the Celebration Bowl arguably has the best quarterback starting day one in the HBCU as of right now, and that's Davius Richard. The kid is special. He did his thing. Go ahead, Rochelle.
Cadell? Is it Cadell?
Yes, ma'am.
We can't hear you, but we need you to either up your microphone.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I hear?
That's okay. Everybody going, we can't hear him. So, but you like you.
They say turn your phone up. You got to talk directly into the.
Hey, I'm sorry, I'm driving. I don't know if y'all.
Oh no, you good. Just speak a little louder.
I got you. Hey,
but no, go ahead.
I don't think that Central quarterback was all that special. He came up, he played the best he could play in the biggest game. But I'm thinking of Andrew Body. I think is pretty good. I think the kid at FAMU is pretty good.
Listen, man, that if you judging that quarterback in the Celebration Bowl based off of that performance, gotta keep in mind he was also going up against. Even though our defense we didn't look like it that day. The kid is special, man. I'm telling you, he is. He the real deal, man. And here's the thing: his ability to sustain drives. If you go back into that game, he wasn't trying. He didn't have to beat us with his arm because we couldn't stop the run. Because in his mind, he was like, "Look, if it's 3rd and 3, we gonna get a first down," and they did, bro. Every single time they. What are you shaking your glass for? like it's just too funny, but no, I'm not gonna take nothing from him. He's a special talent, but here's my point though, and I was just using that as an example. Somebody text me a picture with oh, okay, what's good, man? You text me.
Have a Ken, can I break in? Because you
Go
have
ahead.
429 people. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the AC
136.
1400 show. We need you to like the page. So if you're in the live chat, we appreciate it. But we need you to come out of the live chat, like the page, and even subscribe to it because we want you to be aware whenever Ken comes on. So listen, if you like the vibe, you gotta subscribe. So come on, just come out, hit like and subscribe, and then come back in because we want y'all to have a conversation. But do us a favor, let us know what city and state you're representing. It's back to you, kid.
Hey, somebody talked about like what like we don't know. All we know is what we got a chance to see. And we know that the MEAC gets a month to prepare. And that's brutal. But some people try to make the case that it can work in their favor, it can work against them. But we don't know. I mean, it tomato, you know what I mean? We can woulda, coulda, shoulda, but in the end, we got to make it happen. We got to make it happen. That's the main thing. We got to make it happen. And honestly, we never can. You never know. You just go play the game. I think if we don't have some of the distractions that we had on this year, I think our chances are a lot better, in my opinion. That's just my take on that. I'm not. You said stop blaming Savage Bowl on the defense. They carried us all year. Man, I'm blaming the Celebration Bowl on North Carolina Central making more plays than we made. You can carry the defense can carry. See, this is the thing, and this is what I don't get into. See this right here, Amber, love you, baby. I don't look at football through emotions. Now, and I'm not calling you emotional. The defense had a horrible game. And we were thin on the defensive line, and we could not stop the run. And our defensive coordinator he didn't adjust. That's what happened. Like, all I do is speak. We just gonna speak what happened. Now, how we choose to interpret that is what it is. I'm not saying anything other than that's what happened. We were down 6 defensive linemen through the portal, through disciplinary reasons or whatever the case may be. That's what happened. If you don't have, see, this is what you got to, the defense carried us all season. Thank you, Blue. That's a great point. They did not, we didn't show. Here's what I'm saying. We showed up, but we were thin. So we talked about this already. Because the decision to say that, he was leaving, the way that was handled led to a lot of players choosing to hit the portal. It did. Jacob Humphrey, who played some games, Josh Griffiths, who's on the defensive line, Katron Evans, who's on the defensive line, Michael Pleas, that's on the defensive line. Michael Pleas signed with UT Martin. Katron Evans signed with Charlotte. Josh Griffiths is still in the portal. Niles Gaddy did not play. Hit the portal, return. Julius Lewis, defensive lineman, not there. True Thompson did not make the trip. So we're talking 7 defensive linemen against a team that ran the ball down our throats. If you don't believe me, go look at the stats. That was the last game under the previous regime. For whatever reason, I chalked it up. It is what it is. I'm not emotional about it. And you just kind of let it be what it is. So this is why I mentioned that via strength and conditioning, because all season we played a certain way based off 2 things. Number one thing was depth. So you didn't have a lot of players playing a lot of snaps in certain positions. You rotated. You bring in 3 bodies. You bring in fresh bodies, fresh legs, fresh bodies, fresh legs. That's how we would do it. And we would just wear teams down because the second and third level was fresh and there wasn't a lot of drop off. But when you cut into your depth and some of those players are playing a whole lot more snaps than what they have been playing all season, when you get into the fourth quarter and you really need to stop that team. If you, man, go look at that last drive. Go look at the drive after we went up. We took the lead in the fourth quarter, and I want to say we went up. It was, what was it, 27-26 or something to that effect. I can't remember the score, but I do know if we would have stopped them, we would have basically took control of the game. And they literally went on a long, extended, methodical, just power rush attack drive. Then going to overtime, you win the toss. You want to go on defense because you feel like if your defense can stop them, or if they score, you know what you got to do when you go on offense. And go watch it. We could not stop them. Now, whatever you want to say as to why that was the case, the reality is we couldn't stop them. And I'm going to tell you like this right here. That fourth quarter and that overtime and our inability to stop them had nothing to do with North Carolina Central having a month off. Go ahead.
You have a guest in your chat.
Who is it?
We have a Jason Brown Sr. His son is one of the students that is visiting us this weekend.
Oh! Hey, see how y'all just, hey, look, hey, trying to see what I hear. What's happening? What's happening? Big Brown, Big Jason Brown. Yeah, we just got back.
They just got back to the hotel, so I was like, let me let Ken know. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Hey, Mr. Brown, okay, well, I mean, you might well say, the daddy here, so y'all, he's speaking his mind. Yeah, man. Jason Brown, dad. What? So he asked the question. What's the question, Michelle? Can you put the question up on the?
I don't have access to you like that. You're the only one got the access.
No, you can post it. Let me scroll all the way back up. All the way back up.
I'm good since I'm good here now. Just okay. Hold on.
All right, here we go. What should we, and you say compared to other schools? Well, I mean, the biggest thing is this platform, for one. I say do yourself a favor and go scroll through YouTube and see if you can find a platform that's solely centered around covering Jackson State University. I mean, covering their program from an HBCU standpoint. Now, there are people in the chat. I'm gonna throw this post up there. The Blue Bloods. Shout out to Blue. Blue does a fantastic job of covering FCS, and they cover everybody. So this is let me give you an idea, Mr. Brown. We'll use medicine as a example. You have nurses, you have doctors, you have so you have like an ER nurse, right? You following me, Miss No Gray? I want you to stay with me on this one. Some of those nurses, they have to know how to do everything because they're in the ER. They got to cover everything. But see, I'm what they call a specialist. You got these pediatricians out there. You got these ears, throat, nose doctors, nurses. You got OBGYNs. You got all these people that specialize in literally one thing. Don't come to me if all I specialize is that area. That's all I'm there to do. Don't come to me talk. I don't go to a dentist because my toe hurt. I go to a dentist because my tooth hurt. That's what I'm a specialist. So I cover Jackson State University. That's what I talk about. It's my alma mater. Jackson State is an FCS school. Let me rephrase that. Jackson State University is an FBS program in FCS clothing. Somebody said, what is he talking about? The budget, you're not going to get us with a PWI budget because that's just not the endowments in the budget is not there. But we have this platform that's filled with 450 plus alums that's willing to participate in any type of initiative that needs to get done. It's something that we just get rolling. But I'll say it this way. We've led in attendance year after year after year after year after year. We actually average more fans in the stands than a great healthy handful of FBS programs. So I'll give you a program that's up there, Rochelle. I'm gonna let you go in just a second. I'm gonna shut up. Cincinnati, Coach Luke Fickle just took the Wisconsin job. I think their stadium holds about 39,000. So a Cincinnati game is going to have less people at it than a Jackson State game. Think about that for a second. So the culture, the fan base. If you go follow your son's Twitter, okay, I want you to look at every single offer that he has that's posted. And I want you to look at the fan interaction. And I want you to draw a comparison between Jackson State's fan interaction just via social media and every other university and school. So what does that mean? That means that the exposure, the amount of eyes. I am just a random dude from Jackson, Mississippi that love Jackson State. We love talking about it. And we have a podcast, Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club podcast, which you might see your son pop up on that thing. You might, you know what I'm saying? You know, and it's 450 people watching me, and they know what I talk about. It ain't no mystery. Ain't no mystery. You come to this platform, we talking about. Did you see that block? The block is hot, Mr. Brown. So we got a lot of things that other schools just can't give you. And not only are you gonna get that FBS vibe, that FBS feel, you also gonna get that culture. I mean, we just so happen to have the best band in the land. We had 11 games on TV, ESPN. We're going to average more fans this year than we averaged last year. We're going to sell more season tickets than we sold last year. It's going to be a lot more eyes trying to see what Coach T.C. Taylor going to do. And we back-to-back SWAC champions. You know, we ain't lost a SWAC game in 2 seasons. So, yeah, there you have it. That's just a little bit. Rochelle, you want to jump in and get a little taste of this? Go ahead.
I do, Mr. Brown. I think the biggest thing when he talk about culture, excuse me, it's nothing like family, but you know your son is with people that care for him as a young Black man and not just an athlete. They're going to cover your son. They're going to make sure, well, you have what's best for your son. Because I don't care for any parent. When I sent my son to Jackson State, I live in California, and I knew he was covered because I knew people cared. Every situation has every school has something, but what I can tell you Jackson State have is family. And you're gonna have a coach that cares for your son, wants the best for your son, gonna cover your son, not just gonna be out there for him to play, but they're gonna be concerned about his grades because Jackson State athletic department, can I talk about that kid? They graduate. I think one of the football players graduated with honors, a magna cum laude, assuming because I saw his thing. So we're not just out.
Say what? We have the highest academic efficiency rate in the whole conference. So, yeah.
Booyah. So we're not in it just for your son to get that. We want him to be complete, and you go get that at that school. And they know what you know when you know your son is covered by another Black man who wants the best for your son. He's not gonna let him get out of order. So you can trust that, and for no other reason. You got family at Jackson State.
I got another thing that you know about this, Mr. Brown, and I can't disclose this, but the coach that's recruiting him. Jackson State got that coach that's recruiting him. And you know what I mean when I say that. So yeah, you got that coach that's recruiting him, and we got a head coach that played in this stadium,
That's what I was just gonna say.
And he's the right man for the job, and he's gonna make sure that he put your son in the right position. Again, he's a quarterback, so that position is open. You got to go win it. You got to, and I'm sure he's willing. And it speaks a lot about you because you're here talking about it, and you want to hear something different. But I'm gonna tell you, I challenge you: go find a platform that's similar to this one, that's covering any other schools that he has opportunities to continue his football career at. And I'm being honest. This is just a baby. This platform is in such an infant state that it ain't even funny. And I just started really doing daily shows, and I'm averaging anywhere from 400, 500 eyes every single time. And I do this daily. I don't know, but the sky's the limit. And I'll say this too. Conversation I had with the direction of the media, the direction of the eyes that will be there, the marketability of the program, it's phenomenal. And then one last thing I'll say, that position is going to be the most sought out and seeked from an information standpoint. That's going to be a position that everybody wants to see who is going to be that guy and what can that guy do. So it's a lot. That's just a tidbit. Go ahead, Rochelle. I'm gonna try to get.
One more thing, Mr. Brown. Look behind Ken. Look behind Ken. That's where your son gonna be playing. And I don't know where you're from, but when I live in California, and when my son had choices to go to PWIs, and I really convinced him, and he chose Jackson State. It was something for him that he was overwhelmed to see as many brown people at one facility. He had not, I didn't even trip, but in school, he had not one Black professor. So for him to see that, it took him to another level. So I don't know where you're from. I don't know if you're mixing, but it's nothing like having your own. So what you see behind you, that was a night game at the Memorial you bet, you know what I'm saying? You can't even explain the energy you go experience when you come to the vet for the first home game. It's gonna be it's you can't put words into it. There are no words to put into it. What do you think about that, Ken?
Zoe made a great point, and I'm gonna move on. He talked about one of the things that Coach Prime really did for us over the past 2 years, putting together a great staff and a great team to win back-to-back SWAC championships. The excitement around the program brought back the old guard, and what I mean by that, no disrespect from an age standpoint, it brought back a lot of excitement that was lost along the previous 7-8 years where we kind of shot ourselves in the foot. And then you even trace it all the way back to 2003 when I went to college, when we hired a coach that just put our program in a chokehold. And it took a lot to come out of that with a new coach. So a lot of the tradition and a lot of the stuff that we saw kind of died down at the vet. It's back now. And that's why I think the momentum is there. We got a great thing to build on, and we just have to do our part. So, we'll say it this way. We hope what you guys experienced and what he experienced, via his visit, we hope that, it excites him to the point to where he, choose to be a JSU Tiger. His family is going to be your family is going to be a lot bigger. If you guys choose Jackson State University for him to finish his playing career. It's nothing like Jackson State. There's only one JSU. Jackson is a special place. And if you don't believe me, I live in Los Angeles, California, and it was my indispensable duty to make sure I was here today for this event, because the Call of Duty called for me to make sure I was there. And I'm ecstatic and thankful that I was able to do that. And I'm just one of many that are willing to put that effort and energy into that to make that happen. So I'm probably so far behind on these comments. I'm gonna scroll down, but I appreciate you for tuning in, Mr. Brown. Stick around. We're gonna try to keep it.
Just let you know, the chat was giving him great information, not good information, but great information about Jackson State.
I'm just trying to get caught up on these comments, man. Oh man, late rejoining the stream. Docu series as so far as I haven't watched the Coach Prime episode 3 yet. I've done the first two. Um, Salute, Mr. Brown.
Yes, we
What
are.
should we be drawn to hear from his father's standpoint? That I think hopefully we covered that. That your son is going to has an extended family that's going to love on him and that's really going to support him from a community standpoint. That is unlike, and look, there's some great HBCUs out here and other programs, but as you can see, we represent Jackson State, and that's just that. And just in case you might have thought it was something else, I'm gonna change that so you know it's JSU. But wow, the words blurry. Man, put that cup down, man.
I can't.
Put that glass down. I don't know about no blurry words.
My son says all the time Jackson State was the right choice in his connections with athletics. Mr. Brown, it elevated him to current career athletics. That was from DI Trip '06. That's another good one. So they in there representing for you, Ken.
News thousand now. Hey man, this is let me tell you something. This is the
Yep.
brother that gave me that picture. This is him. This is Professor,
Okay.
and this is Dr. C. Lee. We appreciate you. He's always tuned in. I mean, a great historian,
Wow.
poet. He's a poet. He's a writer. Amazing work. And this is spot on. JSU graduates more African American PhDs than any other university, including PWIs, and we have the highest graduation rate of your of your athletes, and we lead in FCS in attendance. That's just a small snippet of a tidbit. I like this right here. Welcome, Mr. Brown, from a parent of a former student athlete with baseball, Jackson State University, who is a third generation grad. JSU provided a quality education where the coaches, faculty, staff, and administrators cared.
Come on.
Absolutely. And I've been able to use my Jackson State education to get into high places. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm on this thing every night. So y'all might think if this thing grow to where I think it can grow, you just might see your boy full time. But right now, I see you got to work. I had to pay them bills. Our quality education research institution, nurturing environment, fan base unlike any other international connections, more Hall of Famers than any other institution. That is a fact.
On.
That is a fact. Matter of fact, I would just so happen to be out, somewhere tonight, and I just so happened to stumble up on this wall at the stadium that we play in, and I'm gonna enter the chat. I'm gonna enter the screen, and I'm gonna post a picture.
I'm going to talk to you about it. Is this hard to do? You be doing a lot on your. You done changed a little. Okay, sir. My son is not a head football coach. I get this. Okay. Oh, come on. Nice. Where is this at, Ken?
This is so I'll say it this way.
Shut up.
So this is a wall that, if your son chooses Jackson State University, when he exits the locker room, this is what he's going to see. He's going to see Walter Sweetness Payton. You're going to see Walter Payton, who played in 1971 through 1974. The greatest running back to ever run the ball, in my opinion. Sweetness is what they call him. Hall of Famer. Robert Dr. Doom Brazil, 1971, 1974. They was on the same team. Think about that. Straight out of Mobile, Alabama, Hall of Famer, played for the Houston Oilers. Great linebacker. Lim Barney, the original 2-0, had played for the Detroit Lions. How sweet is that James Houston is a Detroit Lion, and he is absolutely balling right now. So I'm pretty sure Lim is excited about that. DB, played cornerback, 1964. Hold on, what is that? 1964 through 1966. and obviously Mr. Jackie Slater, who was also on the team with Walter Payton. If you notice, he was 1973 to 1976. So he was blocking for. So we got 3 Hall of Famers that are in the Hall of Fame right now, not to mention some of the honorable mentions that should very well be in the Hall of Fame. Our very own Hal Jackson, Jimmy Smith, you know what I'm saying, Willie Richardson, and the list goes on and on of just football royalty. And this is the wall that he sees every time he exits that locker room and go into that stadium that's going to look like that right there.
Somebody got a question because they're coming in with some good questions. Ken Clark, any update on the indoor facility?
No. Next question.
Okay. I'm trying to watch it and go with it. You know what? That'll be a good one. Is that new, Ken? That picture you just showed, is that new?
Yeah, that's from my phone. I took that picture.
Oh, so I'm saying, so this is something that was just added?
No, this is what it looks like. This is
okay.
this is the last thing you see before you hit that field. It reminds you of that football royalty. You know, those that played in this very same stadium. This stadium was built in the 1950s or 60s, I want to say 50s.
So that's the only stadium we've ever had. That's the only stadium we've ever had.
No, we played at prior to that. You're gonna have to ask Zoe that one. That was before my time. I don't even know if my daddy was. I think my daddy was in my granddaddy's quote. I don't know. I'm just.
Somebody said to put that on the wrap. That was beautiful. I'm just like, wow. If that'll give me inspiration, I don't know what.
There's definitely some. We're gonna do something with that. This was just an impromptu shot of the. I took a picture of this actually today. So this was dope, man. I just thought this was this wall is amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
But these are Hall of Famers. We have 4. And like I said, we very well could have 6. We really technically have 5 because we have Coach Prime that was our head football coach, and he's a Hall of Famer. So he'll forever be. I don't care about what nobody feel about the man. I mean, how we moved on from that foolishness, but he will forever be in the history of Jackson State's history as a head football coach, the 21st head coach, and so. Absolutely. So that's just a little bit. Can we replace the picture on the 18-wheeler with that one? Possibly. I don't know. I don't know whatever we're gonna do. I'll let them decide on what they're gonna do.
I'm excited.
I know, but James Houston up there would be dope. James Houston next. I sure hope so. James, year 1, he got he got to get a lot more sacks to get into that hall. He got to get that gold jacket. You're gonna need a whole lot of sacks. You follow what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. Young man, that young buck ain't playing.
So we hope that was we hope that has helped a lot. I'll say this about the stadium, just speaking with our stadium manager. We're gonna do everything we can to maintain what we got, but the plans is absolutely not to stay at the vet forever. Let's just say there's some future plans to move Jackson State football to the campus in a new stadium. So that is going to be something that is definitely going to continue to be talked about until it comes to fruition. And I'm excited.
The hospital really want that land. Listen, the hospital been wanting that forever.
They can have it, but they gotta some things you gotta check the boxes on if you want it.
Right, I know, right.
You know what I'm saying? Got to come on over there and get it, State.
Okay, who is psychedelic literature? He's like a rolling. He was at the first JSU game.
Professor C. Lee. I'm telling you, hey, Doc, come on. So C. Lee, do me a favor, C. Lee, if you don't mind. Do your boy a favor. Come on the stream. I need you to come on the stream. If you can now, if you can.
Yeah, that one.
First JSU game at the vet, 1967. That's right. After leaving the alumni, it was the alumni field on campus.
Okay.
There he is. Good brother, C. Lee. How you doing, man?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Hey, how y'all doing? First of all, I want to say hello to Sister Rochelle. I love your energy. I love your spirit. I love the way you pour into our community. I love the way you always help Brother Ken and Brother Zoe. I hear Ken. I'm one of them old people who ain't on Twitter or Facebook, so Ken had to put up with my emails. You know, I tell people, I'm a dinosaur, but I just always want to come on and tell y'all, I just appreciate, Ken, you talk about us being patient. And, I'm one of those, I'm an old country boy, Clarksdale, Mississippi, home of the blues. That means if you ain't from Clarksdale, the music of your town ain't nothing. Let's move on with that. And I'll just say this, Ken, and move on about that. One day, I'm actually writing an article about how my starting five, the top 5 musicians from Clarksdale, Mississippi, created what is known as American music. And my starting 5 will blow away any starting 5 from any city in America. I mean Brooklyn, I mean LA, I mean Detroit, the starting 5 from Clarksdale, Mississippi, the people who created music in Clarksdale, Mississippi. And let me tell you how tight my starting 5 is.
Okay.
So, you know how tight my starting 5 is. Because of a technicality, one of the greatest blues singers and musicians in the world, B.B. King, couldn't even make my top starting 5. So that tells you how tight the Clarksdale, Mississippi starting 5 is.
Wow.
If King of the Blues, B.B. the King. So I just wanted to drop that out, and I wanted to also just add when you I'm glad you posted that picture with Dr. Wilson, because here's what people don't know that's what's important about that picture. Because as you stated, they were going to visit Mamie Ballard, who was a student at Jackson State, who had been hit. That actually, 1964, is why actually Lynch Street is closed from 1964 to 1970. What a lot of people don't know is that Lynch Street was actually, other than State Street, the longest street in Jackson. Lynch Street and State Street, because one ran north and south and the other ran east and west. And so those were the two, because you have to remember, Lynch Street is older than 220. So the only way to get from one end of Jackson to the other was either State Street north and south, Lynch Street east and west. And so that picture, 1964, what happened was that because Jackson State by 1964 was becoming the vanguard education, I put in the chat that we graduate more PhDs, African-American PhDs. What a lot of people don't know is that Jackson State had become such a powerhouse, particularly in education, that it had gotten a reputation for being white at night. That white people were coming to Jackson State to take night classes to get PhDs and MATs from Jackson State. So because it was coming such a threat, the reason Lynch Street had to be closed was because white motorists were coming by, disobeying the speed rules, and were actually hitting and striking Jackson State students on purpose. That led to my father, who was in Vietnam, and my father was so active in the movement that he wasn't drafted to Vietnam. My father went to Vietnam because a white sheriff came to my grandfather's house and said, that little Negro is too active, and if he stays, he's going to be real familiar with a tree. So my grandfather put my father in Vietnam because Vietnam was safer than Mississippi. When my father returned from Vietnam, he continued to be active. So my father then formed what's called the Vet Club. So when you see what happened to Miss Mamie Ballard, about 3 or 4 years later, my father then formed the Vet Club. And basically, these were Jackson State young men. When you talk about young folks leading the movement, Jackson State young men decided that any white person that was driving too fast on Lynch Street, they were either going to get pulled over by them or get a brick through the windshield. Because if the police and JPS wasn't doing their job to protect the sisters on the campus, the young brothers at Jackson State. And so that eventually led to, and if you go to Alexander, I end on this, if you go to Alexander Hall, there's a plaque in front of Alexander Hall. The 1970 shooting, and it's when Jackson Police Department, the Mississippi Highway Patrol, and the National Guard formed a barrier around Jackson State, marched onto the campus, and fired over 400 shots in the Alexander Hall, killing 2 students and wounding 18. But that was all because by 1964, actually by 1960, but by 1964, Jackson State was becoming a vanguard under President Peoples, doing things. And I'll end on this. What happened was, this is what leadership is important. Dr. Peoples took the pennies that they gave Jackson State, right? Took the pennies that they gave Jackson State and developed the School of Business, the School of Science, and I can't remember the third one, but School of Business, School of Science, with no extra money. And they decided, in fact, Dr. Peoples was the president. Now check this out. Before Dr. Peoples, the black college presidents, Jackson, Uncle, and Tuglu, wasn't even allowed, when you go to IHL, to the college board, they weren't even allowed to make their presentations in the same room as the white presidents. Dr. Peoples was the first black college president in Mississippi. He said, I'm going to make my presentations in the room with IHL. Basically, they used to make the black presidents sit at the child table for Thanksgiving. And it was President Peoples. So because of all the work that President Peoples was doing, that's why Lynch Street had to be eventually closed, because black students from Jackson State decided we're not going to take anymore. But it needs to be understood, the night that happened, the night that white people decided to shoot up the campus in 1970, there was no riot happening. The students were not, look, it was the Sunday before graduation. So you think anybody out there rioting the Sunday before graduation? What was happening was students were enjoying the end of the year. And they can, and when they close, and so I don't know, because I graduated, Sister Rochelle, I graduated from Jackson State. I got to Jackson State in 1987, graduated in 92. When I got there, the street was already closed. But what people may remember, you may remember this, but Sister Rochelle, I know you remember this. Sunday night at Jackson State was the most beautiful thing, because Lynch Street from Highway 80, cars would be from Highway 80 on Lynch Street. And what the young folks don't realize is you could drive down Lynch Street to Alexander Hall, where the street had been blocked off. You could make a U-turn, so you could make a circle. And the most beautiful thing was to see thousands. When I say thousands, I'm not exaggerating. Thousands of young black people cruising the strip. And you never, and what was crazy about it was that was part of our recruitment, because black people from all over the Jackson metro area would come and flock to the campus just to see it. Give you another little piece of history. And somebody put down Cloud McInnes. That's actually my father. I'm C. Lee McInnes. Cloud McInnes is my father. He was a social worker. I'm C. Lee McInnes. I'm the poet in the short story writer who taught at Jackson State. Cloud McInnes is my father. But here's something a lot of people don't know. Sister Rochelle may remember. Ken, do you remember when the Jackson Mets was in town? When the Jackson Mets, okay, here's what people don't know. Dare Strawberry, Mookie Williams, hang out with the Jackson State baseball team. So Jackson State was such a powerful institution. Dare Strawberry actually once said that the Jackson State baseball team took care of him while he was in Jackson. He would hang out on campus. That's the history of what Jackson State and Jackson, Mississippi was. And that's why we're so glad to have Coach T.C. Taylor back. That's why we're so glad. I tell people all the time, it's Philly. There you go, Fry's Point. There you go. Okay, yeah, so I went to Fry's Point. But a lot of people confuse that. My name is actually C. Lee McInnes. A lot of people think that I was a junior. I'm actually not a junior. But Jackson State, Jackson, Mississippi was the vanguard of the city. It was so much, and as I go back to it, that even the other folks couldn't deny it. Because I tell people even now, stroll through Jackson State after 6 o'clock. Stroll through Jackson State at them 6 o'clock classes, and you'll be very surprised who up here getting master's and doctorate and specialist degrees. Right. So that's what Jackson State is. That's what Jackson State has always been. I want to say thank you, Ken. Thank you, Zoe. Thank you, the entire Talk. And thank you, Sister Rochelle, for continuing to illuminate who we are to the world. Now shut up.
Man, listen, my chest out like this here. How are you feeling over there? I'm like, what?
Hey, I appreciate you so much, C. Lee, coming on, man. I know how you get down. I appreciate the work that you do, because I shared the email. I let Zoe sat down today, and I let him read the piece that you sent and the email you sent, and the way you broke it down, and you put out you put a clip from the show from last night, even highlighted at the 23-minute and 39-second mark, provided even more information on the history of Jackson State. And this is a collective effort, man. What we do is everybody has a lane, man. Everybody has a lane, and it just it's fun learning stuff that was before our time, because this is the stuff that that made us love Jackson State. Like I said, mom, dad, cousin, brother, myself, it just we born into this stuff, man. I'm the baby of 5, so everything that you said, they'll probably remember the whole lot more vivid.
I remember. You know what? I didn't trip on. It was so the slow drive around. It was so normal that it was. It was. When he was talking about that, it made a smile on my face because I actually forgot how we used to do it in Eddie's Fish Shack. Listen, that's still good. Every time I go home, I go to the pan. Don't play with my pants.
Hey, look, I'm gonna show you how long I've been coming on the campus, and I'm my mama, God rest her soul, is with her maker. My mom used to sneak me into the dorm when she was working on her master's and a specialist. And Sister Rochelle may know about this. That's the first time I ever heard about a hot plate, and it was illegal for the girls to have hot plates in the dorm. But to show you how creative Black folks are, especially Black women, not only would they be frying chicken on the hot plate, one sister had the nerve to stick her straightening comb up against the eye under the hot plate. So she frying chicken and straightening her hair in the dorm at the same time.
Can't beat them, man. I had a hot plate when I went to college, man. Actually, I had the little joint that you plug up. We got the 2 little aisles and the 2 little burners. Oh yeah, it was going down in the dorm. Them little hot plate. We used to do our thing, man.
We used to make a whole lot of meals. But that you brought back some really, really, really good memories. And for those who don't know, I believe that those bullets are still there. So he just gave a history for people who didn't know and understand the legacy of Jackson State. That's why we're saying, we letting y'all know we've been here all the time. You
got to come back on. They want me to stay. Listen, anytime you tune in, feel free to come on. I've been enjoying this history. Thanks to Coach Lewis, man. I ran into Coach Lewis, and it was so cool talking to him. And I know he's excited. I know he's happy that we did that.
Somebody just put in the chat. That's right. I think it's what HSBD. Yeah, my mother was a educator at Fry's Point Elementary. Look here, Ken and Sister Ro, I'll leave on this. Let me tell you how terrible my life was as a child. So in the Delta, we didn't have middle school. So we was on the 8-4 plan. So first through 8th grade and then 9th through 12th grade. When my mom, because I lived in the city of Clarksville, but because she taught at Fry's Point, she made me come out. So I went to school with my mom taught for 8 years. So first through 8th grade, I went to school with my mom taught. And, she was a Jackson State grad. My mom and pop actually met in Charles F. Moore. So I was so heartbroken when they demolished Charles F. Moore building, because I'm probably one of the few people who actually know and work with the teacher in whose classroom my mother and father met. And they used to argue over who's the better teacher in the teacher's classroom. So so for 8 years I went to school with my mom, and then I got to high school, and so I was a mediocre multi-sport athlete. Emphasis on the mediocre part. So I get to high school away from my mama, and okay, I'm gonna go buck wild now because I've been to school with my mom. Because my senior year roll around, and I'm really about to get buck wild my senior year. How about they build a middle school on my high school, and my mama come to be the head of special education in my high school my senior year and just mess all my partying up. So when they put in there, I just thought I was gonna go buck wild my senior year, and here go my mama show up as my in my senior year. And I've been telling everybody, hey man, I'm an athlete. I'm gonna be getting out of school at lunchtime just to hang out. And so that was just that growing up in the Delta and being just home trained and being taught to be tough and to be smart at the same time and to love Jackson State.
The Penguin Restaurant. That was.
Oh, look at her. Actually, she talking about the old or the new one. Because the old Penguin. Look here. Let me tell you about the old Penguin.
Right. Live music.
Look here. Not the live music. Look here. There was an old jazz song called Green Onions. One of the first times I ever heard Green Onions live, I walked up into the Penguin, and look here. We don't call it the Penguin. We call it the Penguin. We walked up in the Penguin. They was playing that jazz. Green. I remember that song, Green Onion Man. And look here. The other thing about the Penguin was that you get them hot dogs and them French fries. Look here. I used to be so broke as a college student, and there was this sister that took pity on me, Ken, when I would go into the grill on the Union. I go into the grill, right?
Oh yeah.
I couldn't afford but 3 wings, so I couldn't afford but 3 wings. But the sister took care of me, so she would give me 3 wings and give me 800 French fries to go with them 3 wings. But that's what took care of me. So when you talk about the family at Jackson State and how the people, they talking about the Elsalas, I'm trying to think of the other Camelot. People forget about Camelot.
Oh man.
Camelot now don't look like to a lot of young people. A lot of young people ain't gonna believe this. Camelot was the first spot that when they built it, you had to have money to live there. Whenever a student, Jackson student, lived in Camelot. In fact, that was a sister. She told me, I was trying to holler at a kid. I said, well, where you live? She said, I live in Camelot. I said, no, baby, I ain't got enough money to holler at you. You live in Camelot. You live. I ain't got this Camelot money. Go ahead, baby. I ain't going to.
Oh my goodness. Hey, right now it ain't what it used to be, but
look here. I pass by the Camelot now, man. I just shake my head. I was like, boy, if they only knew. So, and one last thing, Ken, what people don't know about how crazy it was. I tell people that everything that's on County Line Road now, if you go to Jackson, everything that's on County Line Road now used to be on Highway 80 between 18 and Terry Road.
That's correct.
And so we had and the only people who went to North Park were Tougaloo students because they was out that way. We had no reason to go to North Park because the Metro Center
was
everything.
Oh my
Everything.
It was booming. Yeah, that was
everything.
Look here. Show you how trifling I used to be. I would have like a 9 o'clock. My classes would be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I have a 9, 11, and 1. And between classes, I would run to the Metro Center to go look at girls and then come back to the campus between classes. I mean, that's how crazy the Metro Center Mall was. So that's what we looking to let people know what we were. Oh my God, not the grapes. Oh, not the grapes. Oh my good. Look here. Man, them grapes were so good. I thought I was the emperor of Rome eating them grapes. I was like, more grapes. More grapes. You peasants, get thee away from me. More grapes. All them grapes.
Oh my gosh, man.
See, we may not have everything, but them memories nobody can take them from us, dude. That's why I feel sorry for the younger generation. I'm like, we had fun.
Yeah, for real. That's why it's so good that we get some of this nostalgia. It's a nostalgic moment right now with the base. And this is why I was trying to, for people that didn't understand why this hire of Coach T.C. Taylor was such a monumental thing. I feel like it's just you're gonna see a lot of restoration. We're gonna build on the tradition, but that's what I love about the slogan: building on tradition, the traditions that you speak of, the history. But we're gonna blaze a new trail, but it's gonna be built on the history that is Jackson State University. And T.C. Taylor is a walking example of that. He comes from the tradition, and he's gonna be the trailblazer that takes us into this next era. And I think it's going to be fun because now it's a technology-based era with a youthful renaissance with HBCUs, and I just think we can take the momentum and build on it. That's my honest hope and opinion for this next wave, man. So go create some new memories, young folk. Go create some new memories.
And look here, somebody put Ellis Seafood in the chat. I want y'all to know Ellis Seafood is still around. And for those of y'all don't know, Ellis Seafood was the place where you would get 10 pieces of fish and 2,000 shrimp for $1.99. Now, we ain't talking about how old the fish and shrimp are, but if you want 10 pieces of fish and 2,000 shrimp for $1.99, Ellis Seafood was the place for you. And I know I keep saying I ain't on this. There's so many great memories that I got from Jackson State. Mm-hmm. And one of my favorite, I used to walk when I first got there. I used to walk because I didn't have a car, so I used to walk 30 minutes. And I'll tell you how dedicated I was to my education. Didn't have always the greatest grades. I used to walk, and one day, when school started back in the spring, I walked to Jackson State the first day because I was so ready to get back to school. Ken, I walked all the way up there the first day, and didn't realize that school was closed because of ice. Because that's how bad I wanted to get back to school. I got to campus and like, where everybody at? And the security guy looked at me and said, fool, school closed. You see all that ice when you was walking up here? And when I used to walk to school, some of my classmates, because at that time it was just getting where a lot of people had cars. Right. And students, people I didn't even know, would go off on me for walking to campus because they would be like, dude, you ain't got to walk. If you need a ride, we pass, because I live close to campus. And people would pass by me and say, you ain't got to walk, man. And so just people I didn't even know who would be willing to stop and give me a ride to campus. That was one of my JSU experiences that I'll never forget. And I had it just talk about the academics. I got to tell this story about the academics. I was taking a physical science class. I don't know why I was taking a physical science class. And the teacher told us that I'm going to put y'all in groups. And anybody who answered this question, any group that answered this question, you're going to get a higher letter grade. So I needed that because I was like right at that C, and I was like, man, we need to. So I was like LeBron James. I was putting all the best students in my group. Well, we worked on that problem because physical science and math is not the answer. You got to show your work because the answer was in the back of the book. So we worked on that for 2 weeks, and one person got it right. The rest of us didn't get it right because we kept going to the back of the book. We couldn't work it out. So this one guy named Graylin, not Graylin Pratt, the Jackson State quarterback, but another guy named Graylin. He was on somebody that got it right, but because he said the book is wrong. And I said, boy, it's the book. Get out my group. So Graylin was the only one who got it right. And that day, the teacher said, the answer in the back of the book is wrong. Y'all knew the answer in the back of the book was wrong, but y'all didn't have enough courage to believe in yourself. You are leaving Jackson State. He said, that's why I signed it, because this was the only question that everybody got right on the test. Yet none of y'all had enough belief in yourself to know that the book was wrong. When you graduate from Jackson State, you're going to need to know that they're going to question you because you're black. They're going to question you because you're from an HBCU. But you need to understand that the education you're getting at this school is superior to anywhere you're going to go. And that moment in that class, he taught me that I was smarter than the textbook, and I needed to stand on that. And because of that, and I'll just say this, I'm not blowing my own horn, but because of that, it gave me the confidence to know that I could write 8 books, that I could publish poems and short stories in over 250 magazines and newspapers, that I could have 5 of my poems published in an anthology. And so it was all because coming from Jackson State University that I had teachers. When I told the teacher I wanted to be a writer, she pulled me out of class and started taking me to conferences where I could start submitting my poems and short stories to get them published even before I graduated from Jackson State. That's what you get from Jackson State. And I stand on that. Now I shut up and I'm going to let y'all listen before I come on the street.
Bro, I appreciate you, brother. Man, we'll have him back on, everybody. He'll come.
Because somebody said that was a whole documentary we had tonight. So now you understand the
You
love.
only get that from Jackson State. Mr. Brown, I don't know if you're still here, but I hope you stayed and stuck around and listened. And man, that was special, brother. I definitely appreciate it. I know everybody enjoyed that, man. That was outstanding, actually. That was outstanding.
Amazing.
Y'all have a good night.
Hey, you too, brother. Take care.
Yay, that was so awesome, man. We gotta bring it back. We got more history than we think. See now for y'all who've been maybe see how much we learned today? Only on the Ken Clark Show. So listen, people, we're glad you're here. We're glad you're staying. But we need you to exit out the chat and like and subscribe to the channel. If you like the vibe, go ahead on and subscribe, because we are here and we are family. And if you're not part of the alumni, we just gonna love on you and you gonna become. We just gonna love on you on up in here. So we're thankful for that. She says covering. Oh, someone said Ken and Rochelle covering you all in prayer if you would be impacted by the Bob cyclone. Oh, I'm okay. I'm in California. You talking about the rain that's going on? I want to make sure covering you all in prayer. Yeah, we got some serious disrespectful rain today, but it wasn't as bad as people thought it was going to be. Yeah, it was pretty. That was pretty rough. I'm trying to read. Mr. Brown, my son, the athlete, graduated with a BS. And also, yeah, I'm telling y'all. And also, if you Google my son, I didn't realize it until my son went to Jackson State for, to be a computer programmer. Jackson State, I think, is the top 26 nationwide, including the PWI. So Jackson State is no joke. So yeah.
Without question, man. I mean, it's hold on 1 second. I'm trying to see something.
Wavy Dave, wait. Okay, somebody would rest in peace. Is that David Chambers Wavy? Dave? Was that the tiger that went to school with me?
Yeah,
Wavy?
every day. Yeah, rest in peace to him, man. That's a great right there. He was
I
definitely
love myself some way. Oh my God, I love Wavy. He was my.
every day that dude, man. He really was, and
He was.
he is, man. Yeah, forgive me. I was trying to finalize something here.
Yes, Wavy. I'm reading where I'm reading your things. Wavy was definitely the GOAT, and he was the best tiger. For those who did not know, Wavy was the best tiger mascot that
Facts.
we ever
No
had. And
disrespect to Sonny. Sonny, you great.
he
Love you,
was
bro.
he was so good that even after he graduated from Jackson State, right? If I'm not mistaken, because he was there with me, they couldn't let Wavy go. Wavy was everything for for the tiger.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I'm trying to see something. Man, that's a lot of money. Yeah. I gotta get out of this thing, man. And I'll be way too late to get these flights, man. But whatever.
Yeah, the pig ears. I'm reading chats. Y'all. I see. I think he just brought back memories that made us all smile, didn't he? Because I stayed in Alexander North. That's where the floor for the basketball players. Yeah, he led the baby Tigers. He did. Yes.
Absolutely, man. So that was a treat, y'all. That was
Yeah,
absolute.
good.
I appreciate you, brother. Man, what in the entire world?
Kim, would you have to say? Do you remember Professor Brown? He taught them in the science department. I mean, the math department. His son played baseball, but Coach Brown, he had I love myself, but he did everything math. I had it, but that was like, but that was my best.
There's
I
only a
love.
select few that I remember, and let's see. We got 10 minutes on this thing.
Okay,
I wanna.
wait.
I'm gonna drop that stream. 10 minutes, y'all. 10 minutes, man, and we're gonna close this
Yeah,
thing.
James Brown, Ollie, James Brown. Yeah, his son played baseball, but his professor, he was my professor, and he loved on me because I was so dumb in math. I wouldn't take no other teacher, kid. I couldn't. Because algebra didn't make any sense to me. No, but I had to. He blessed my heart. He knew I meant well.
Yep.
But yeah.
Celia is definitely James Brown, the math professor.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, James Brown, the math professor. I took classes under him. I was close to his son James because he played baseball, but he saved my life dealing with, with math. So, like I said, we've had some pretty amazing people. This has been really good, Ken.
Yeah, it has been. I'm definitely that was a treat.
It was. I mean, especially when he talked about all the cars. I mean, we used to sit outside and just see what cars coming. I didn't even trip. Yeah, it was so normal, but it was so much fun and no fighting.
Anybody else want to come on this thing?
Shonda, you had James Brown too? Yes. Isn't that funny? See, me talking about it. See, that made me feel so good. Okay. We seasoned women to come up here. I had okay. Yeah, see, we all remember this. So for those who didn't know, when you go back on campus, go look at the bullets. The bullets are still there. And I believe, isn't it a plaque there, Ken? It
Hmm?
should be a plaque on. Is it because I know even though they're redoing stuff, that the bullets that's on Alexander is still there. If I'm not mistaken, it's a plaque
Yes.
actually explains it. So for some of y'all who didn't know that, when the school is back open, it should be open now to really consider going and checking it out. The bullets are still there. Yeah. Yay! Everybody enjoyed the show tonight. Yay! I'm reading Pearl Street Army. Yes. All right. Man, see, we got good memories. We really do. Mom, yes. Oh, her mom was injured your mom was injured in the riot. See, y'all, we got history up in here. Okay. See, I don't have access. I could be putting some stuff up, but Ken got that. So I can't. We got some really good questions in here, Ken.
Where we at? What's the next one?
When it was just talking about the bullets, she said, yes, the bullets are still there. They are part of the MS archives and history. So go check it out, y'all.
Absolutely right. It's been nothing but a blessing to many of us. It's been great, man. I mean, I know y'all don't want to. I mean, they don't want to come in behind C. Lee. It's
Listen,
hard to do that. I mean, but it's all good. It's all
he
good.
got everybody just in the chat. So we seeing what age is in your chat. It's us, because he has brought back memories that we didn't even know about. Yeah, that's beautiful. I feel connected to y'all, and I don't know y'all, but listen, Harpo, I'm coming home for Thanksgiving for homecoming. So, Ken, your fan base may be so big, we may need to have just a Ken Clark happy hour for all the people that's connected. You know what I'm saying?
I love it, man. I love it. I'm sorry, I had some distraction of the messages. I apologize about that. We got about what 6 minutes? 6 minutes left. We won't belabor it, but we definitely appreciate you coming on, C. Lee. Appreciate everybody coming on the stream. We'll pick this thing back up tomorrow, and we'll go from there. Dr. Glenda Glover, yes, he up there at Tennessee State right now, holding it down. Awesome show. Thank you, Chris Dukes. Appreciate you guys, man. Hey, listen, if you'd like to make a donation to the channel, feel free to use the ticker below, Cash App, PayPal, whatever suits your fancy. We'll come to you guys with a few more. Like I said, once we get some specifics on some of the things, we'll go from there. But it's no big deal. Be sure to get to that vet, man. I mean, not to the vet, to the AAC. I said the vet. Sorry about that. But get to the AAC for this basketball game on Saturday. 3 p.m. women's basketball, 5 p.m. men. So try to get there for 3 and stay until the men play. So make it, like I said, make it a road trip if you're close enough to get by. And we got to come in and support Toga Party.
And also, if you have daughters that really like to play basketball, bring them in and let them see a beautiful Black coach. And these girls is making some serious hooping. So, yes.
Appreciate that, brother. JSU versus everybody.
Everybody.
Absolutely. Good show. Great show. Thank you, Brianna. Y'all know it goes great team. It's my dog right here, man. You know, she kind of volunteered herself, and man, I appreciate it, man. Absolutely, I do. It's been fun. Absolutely.
We finna go. Somebody said thank you for being thank you for bringing some calmness to us. And I thought that was so. I told God I didn't take that lightly. Someone back channeling me that and said you were the calm that we needed during this struggle, because we're human. So I was honored by that, and I accept that with all humbleness, that I was that for many. So yeah.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. We appreciate it. We're gonna go ahead and close this one out, man. Right at 2 hours, and that's really what we're gonna try to keep this thing no longer than that. So appreciate everybody that came on the stream, and
check your messenger in Twitter, Ken.
I will do. I don't have anything in Twitter, but IG.
I sent you a message today.
Messenger? Okay, that'll work.
I sent you a message in Twitter. A private message in Twitter, because I didn't send it through Messenger. I went on your Twitter and left you a message.
Okay. Sounds good. I definitely will.
All right, everybody, have a blessed night. Lord's willing, we'll see y'all later.
Peace out. Thank you, Michelle, for coming on. As always, I appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, y'all. What a show, man. Let's get ready to close this thing out. Like I said, great recruiting day. Great interviews. Great, just a great, meeting with coaches and the staff, and just some, like I said, the media. A lot coming down the pipe, man. Be encouraged, man. We got a lot that you can't see, but it'll all make sense in the end, and it's worth the wait. So. Again, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. road to 5K. We're trying to get this platform up to 5,000 subscribers. Really, I think we can do it. I mean, if you share the streams and continue to come in and support the movement, support the platform, we'll get where we're trying to go. So we're halfway we're almost to 4K right now. So in order to get to 5K, you got to get to 4K. So I definitely want to say I appreciate you guys for doing what you do, when you do what you do. And I appreciate all the donations. Like I said, it all helps the cause for what we're trying to do with this platform. And we're going to continue to grow it, continue to build it. And we're going to do it with your support. So we'll see you on the stream, hopefully tomorrow. We'll try to get this thing back up and popping, and come on this thing. I can't wait until you guys see the interviews. But like I said, last but not least, be sure to go and subscribe to Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. Got to get that platform. Continue to build that as we build this platform as well. All the interviews, dope. Players only live tonight. Shout out to the whole squad that came on. I mean, the energy was phenomenal. You guys loved it. I loved it. And we're going to continue to try to do that. So without further ado, man, we're going to go ahead and close this one out. Y'all know who it is, man. Peace out. I appreciate y'all, man. Let's get it.